Please welcome Van Hansis. Trent Dawson joined the cast in the fall of 1999 as Henry Coleman. In 2001, he earned a Soap Opera Digest Award nomination for Outstanding Male Scene Stealer and was nominated for the Daytime Emmy 3 times. Born in Louisiana, Trent has worked with Habitat for Humanity to help rebuild New Orleans. Please welcome Trent Dawson. Teri Colombino joined the cast as Katie Peretti in September 1998. She received a Daytime Emmy Award nomination in 2001, as well as a Soap Opera Digest Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress. Teri was a series regular on the syndicated program Breaker High. Please welcome Teri Colombino. Colleen Zenk, since 1978, Colleen Zenk has portrayed Barbara Ryan. In 2001, she earned her first Emmy nomination for Supporting Actress, followed in 2002 with a nomination in the Lead Actress category. Soap Opera Digest named her Villain of the Year in 2003. Colleen made her Broadway debut in Bring Back Birdie, starring the legendary Donald O'Connor and Cheetah Rivera, and made her film debut in Annie, directed by John Huston. Please welcome Colleen Zenk. Kathryn Hays has portrayed the role of Kim Hughes for 38 years. The often married Kim settled down years ago with Dr. Bob Hastings. Bob Hughes, rather. Kathryn and Don Hastings received the Editor's Award from Soap Opera Digest. Kathy and Don have toured in numerous productions, including Hastings and Hays on Love, as well as they were both cast members of the Broadway production of Algonquin Sampler. Please welcome Kathryn Hays. I don't know at the Paley Center we've ever had 2 cast members that have been on the same series in the same role for 5 decades. Now I'd like to introduce our 2 very special guests. Don Hastings. This is his 50th year that Don has portrayed the character of Dr. Bob Hughes, having joined the cast in October of 1960. He also wrote scripts for the series under the tutelage of creator Irna Phillips. Don has been in show business since the age of 6. The Paley Center has plenty of examples of Don's early works, including of course, Captain Video. In 2004, Don received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Please welcome Don Hastings. Eileen Fulton celebrates 50 years in the role of the unpredictable Lisa, where she also brought to prime time in the 1965 CBS spinoff, Our Private World. In 1991, her work was recognized with Soap Opera Digest Editor's Award, and in 2004, she was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Academy. Eileen is also a prolific writer, having authored 2 autobiographies and written 6 murder mysteries. Please welcome back to our stage, Eileen Fulton. Now I'd like to introduce 2 individuals who helped kept As the World Turns legacy alive. First, Jean Passanante has been head writer since 2005, having been co-head writer since 2001. Her writing team received the Daytime Emmy in 2004 and 2005. She previously won awards for her tenure in other soaps, including All My Children, Another World, and One Life to Live. Jean brings a lot of experience to production, having been director of writer development for ABC Daytime and a theater producer. Please welcome Jean Passanante. Goutman was named executive producer of As the World Turns in June 1999, a position he also held at NBC's Another World. Less than 2 years after taking over the reins, the program received the 2001 Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Drama Series. The show also won in 2003. Chris began his career as an actor and was a director of daytime television for 17 years, where his work received a Directors Guild nomination for As the World Turns. Please welcome Chris Goutman. It's great to have you all back again to reflect on this very rich history. And having seen the tape, we always have to marvel, Eileen and Don, about live television and what it was like in those early days.
It was horrible.
Could you just tell us what is the biggest difference between when you started in 1960 and where we are now in 2010?
And it also kept my weight down.
Well, it's so different now. I mean, we really were a close-knit cast because our careers depended on each other. And you'd have a good day, and Eileen would have a not so good day. And the next day would be my turn in the barrel, and we'd all help each other, and 2 o'clock came, and we all went home, and then read the next episode, which we rehearsed that afternoon.
But Don, you were the one that got the please stretch the scene or pick it up. I said to our John Conboy, who was our stage manager, don't you give that to me, give it to Don, because he can take it. I can't, I went totally spot.
She had one speed. Right, and we jump all over the place too. The directors would say, where are they? Where are they? No, they're on the next page. Oh, no, they're back where they started. So it was a lot of fun, and that's why I used to be 6'7".
And could you also talk a little, I mentioned Irna Phillips at the top, obviously the great creator of the whole genre. Could you just talk a little bit about what it was like working for her? And
well, at first, I didn't really care for Erna because she didn't care for me. I know that she did. She really did. And we had terrible fights about stuff. But you know, I really realized after all these years how much I really appreciated her. I remember one time when I quit forever, I guess it was the third time. She came from Chicago and talked to me in the dressing room, and she closed the door. And everybody thought, oh boy, Eileen's going to get it now. And then she came out, and then in a minute I came out, I was crying. But I adored her. She had kissed me on the cheek. And she said that she appreciated what I did, and she understood why I felt like I had to go on and do, nightclub and crap, and things like that. So I thought, she didn't bless me out. She loved me.
Oh, well, she was really something. It was kind of like a mixture of working as an actor and then as a writer, and the Third Reich kind of came in there somewhere. There was always the fear that you were going to get picked up and never seen again. Either you'd lose one job or the other, or both. So you were always kind of at her disposal. She would call me when I was writing and say, "Where's the script?" And I said, "I didn't get the outline yet." She said, "Oh, okay." And then she'd call me the next day and say, "Where's the script?" And it was not beyond her, when you wrote a script for her, to have her send it back and say, you can do better than this. And the other thing that she did, which a lot of head writers don't have, I guess the power that Erna had, in the sense that she protected her writers. Mm-hmm. If they didn't like a script that I wrote, they'd say, "Who wrote that one?" She said, "I write all the scripts."
Oh, that's great.
If you don't like the script, you call me, because I'm the one that said it would go on the air. But I learned a lot. I learned that I didn't want to do that. And But it was a great experience, and I do admire the people that have done it through these years, like Jean, because it's an endless job. And I'm glad I don't have to do that.
I remember your first day on the show. I was supposed to be pregnant with Tom.
Don't blame me for that.
Well, anyway, you came in the middle of the week or something, and I just kissed Ronnie Welch or something, I don't know. But anyway, I had to look out the window and say, oh, here comes Bob now. And Santos Ortega came in, he said, is that Bob? And Helen said, yes, it's Bob. And then Don McLaughlin said, did I hear you say that Bob? And then opened the door, and here was Bob. The part of Bob is now played by Don Hastings.
Because I forgot my first line. But other than that, hello, Lisa.
Kathryn, Kim was one of Erna's last great characters, and some say a reflection of her in a way. Talk about Erna and your character.
I will mention that the show was still live when I came on too, and it was, I thought, hair raising for all those years. I was so glad when we went to tape. It's always been. There was one moment that happened early on in the show that was really different and special, I guess. It was, in the beginning, I was very uncomfortable with the script, with Kim. I was not comfortable. Couldn't settle into it. And actually, Eileen, in those days, because we were live, we had one studio and all of the sets were lined up along each side of the studio, giving room for the boom and the cameras to move back and forth in between scenes as the scenes changed. So you would go in and sit in your set when the show went on the air, because they didn't want to have to come looking for you. So early on, maybe in the, I don't know, second or third month, maybe, I was sitting in my set, and your set was, maybe it wasn't that long, maybe the first month. Anyway, your set was right across from me. And I had read the whole script, and so I knew what your scene was about. So I sat there, and your scene came before ours. And I listened to what you did, and I mean this in the highest compliment. They were not exactly the words that were written.
I'm shocked.
However, it made the character, took the character off the paper, and she came alive. She was Eileen Fulton doing Lisa. That was Lisa there. Totally different than what was really. And I sat there and I thought, I'll be darned. She's really made that her own. Now, I had done some Broadway, I had done some film, and I'd done a lot of nighttime guest starring on. And if you're doing a play, you memorize the lines as written. There's no discussion about it. And pretty much that's the way it was for everything else in those days. I don't know what it's like now, but I just knew that you had done something with that just was wonderful. So that was number one. That was a very important moment for me. And then one day I got a script, and it was as if somebody had gotten inside my head and knew about things that I had done and thought as a youngster growing up. Things I've never talked about, dreams I had, feelings I had. it was part of that script. And Kim was there